Welcome back to the show, folks. My next guest, believe it or not, is the one and only, the fantastic Flo. And all you always make him Provenza. Did I say that right?
You always have trouble with that name.
I don't know why I do that. And I've been knowing you for so long.
Yeah.
And but see, I only just talk to you and just say Flo, and that's
Yeah.
probably why.
Today I have a really good idea. I think I'll
Uh-oh.
interview you.
Hey, that's a good idea.
That would be different, wouldn't it?
It would be different, but the thing is, I don't know if I have that much interesting information.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know where you lived once, but I don't know if you were born there.
Where is that?
Chicago.
Yay! I was born in Chicago.
You were born there.
Born in Chicago.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you what year.
Okay, hey, listen, March the 16th,
Oh.
1932.
Oh, he's just a child.
That's right. I'm only a kid.
I was born there too.
In Chicago?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Our old
I was
Chicago.
born in, guess what? 1925.
Come on. Were you in a suburb or right in Chicago proper?
Well, I was in Chicago. In fact, the farmhouse that I first lived at as a young child was my grandfather's. Was on Cicero Avenue. I think it's 6 lanes today or something like
Yeah,
that.
I know where Cicero is located. They had a lot of negative stuff coming from Cicero.
Oh yeah, it was right down the road.
Right.
We were across from Calvin Park.
Yeah.
The bad stuff was either at the edge of town or down on Cicero Avenue a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
See, because,
Where did you live there?
well, I started off living in a place called Morgan Park.
Had to
Morgan
be
Park-
on the south side.
South Side, and it was right down from Beverly Hills. And that was where Walgreens, he had his big mansion there, Walgreens. And then there was a People Store, a great big house there. And I used to deliver papers at these places there.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, I delivered newspapers
Yeah.
from the time I was 12 all through high school.
That town was so divided when I was a kid that my aunt got upset when I was dating, in my teenage years, when I was dating Pete. He was Sicilian.
Oh.
Oh my God. You'd have thought the world was going to end.
Yeah.
They thought I was going to wake up dead someday,
Yeah.
stabbed.
Let's get her there, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And there was only one guy that was black that was up in our neighborhood, and he came to work at the bowling alley.
Oh, yeah. That's when they used to set pins?
Yeah,
Ah!
and he used to fix your shoes when you went in. And one day I'm walking down Cicero Avenue, and because I was walking down the bowling alley, we kids, we all met down there.
Yeah.
And I'm walking down there from where I lived on Wrightwood, and I saw him in the middle of the traffic on Cicero Avenue with a policeman and a whole bunch of white people around him. And I said, "Oh my God." So I walked over to where he was, and I wanted them to know who he was. And so I interrupted the police officer, and I said, "Just a minute, please. I got to talk to him." I forgot his name, but I'm old, I'm forgetting everything. But anyhow, I said, "Hey, why aren't you at work this morning?" He's accident. He was scared stiff.
Okay.
He was turning white. So anyhow, I said in front of the police officer, "Well, I'm going down to the bowling alley, and I will let them know you're going to be late for work."
Right.
I wanted to know why he was there.
Right.
Because you never saw anybody
That's
that
right.
was even dark,
That's
a little
right.
bit,
You
even
better-
tan.
That's right. You better believe it back in those days.
No, it was horrible. It was almost like when I went down to Texas in the war.
Yeah. That was interesting. Like I said before, I did an interview at Southwest Medical last November at their corporate office in Las Vegas. And they wanted me to talk about my experience in the service when I started at 17. And then I told them, the kind of negative stuff that I went through.
Oh, it was awful.
Oh, it was awful. I says, I went through all that kind of stuff back then, even before I got on base, And so we decided, hey, we aren't going to take this anymore. And so the barbers wanted us to sweep the floor from the hair, and they cut our hair last and all that. I ain't gonna do that, and made us eat in the kitchen. This is off the post. So we called the major, and the major fired all the barbers that's on the post. And so if you guys have any other problem, then you let us know. And so
Good.
from that point on, because the guys that we dealt with, and it wasn't just like you talk about Chicago, it was not the guys that we trained with. It was the old people, the old, I call them fogies, the old fogies who were the one that had all that negative stuff going.
Yeah.
Because-
Thank God my family wasn't
Yeah.
like that.
No, I said, give me a break. But anyway, we ended up having a good time. We took care of each other and everything, and that was great. What other good questions you want to ask me?
Where else did you live?
Well, from that point in Morgan Park, after I graduated and went to the service, came back, I was a policeman for 14 years. I taught Columbia College for 14 years,
Wow.
and I received my master's degree from Chicago State University.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we survived the politics there.
Yes, yes,
And we've survived all the shooting.
yes. Well, they've turned around. Somebody keep telling me about Chicago that they're doing the same thing again, and I'm saying, I'm glad I'm not there. Somebody says, do you miss Chicago? I told them, not yet.
Me too. I don't miss it.
I said,
I
no,
feel
not yet.
sorry for a lot of my family that has lived there all these years.
Yeah.
City is. I ran away from the city when I was 17. I went down to Texas and
Mm-hmm.
talk about Chicago being bad.
Yeah, Texas.
It was the war.
Yeah, I think it's all over. I don't think you can go hardly anywhere that you don't have, the big problems, in
Oh,
this-
it was terrible
It
down
is.
there. It was terrible down there. I just couldn't believe it. I felt so sorry for the people that were there.
Mm-hmm.
I really did.
Let me ask you a question before the time run out, because you always talk about the history and everything here out west. And what I like to know is that, and we talk about Nevada and everything now, and then we had the other folks here talking about Marta, and
Yeah.
but is there any other thing or other place that you know about that, as far as history is concerned, that would be interesting? From way back, because I know in this area, like I said, there are a lot of things I still don't know. And you've talked about a lot of it, but there are some things I know that you have left out. that
Got any
I don't know
questions?
about. Well, when they talk about the railroad and things like that.
Oh yeah, there was a railroad track that ran along 160.
That's what I mean.
All the way into Las Vegas, and they
From
had a
160?
watering station up in that, like where they take the stuff out of the earth. What is it they're digging there?
What do you mean?
On the way to Vegas, there's a mine over to the left.
Oh, the gold. Oh no.
No.
You're talking
For
about
building.
the plasterboard.
Yeah,
Plasterboard.
whatever that is that they use. They
Yeah.
use that stuff on farms too.
They do.
Yeah, they scatter it on farms.
Yeah.
And anyhow, right there, all along that road, that big road, highway going into Vegas, there was a railroad track right along the side.
How the heck do they get over the hill?
Went to Arden. I don't know where it came from, but it came from back.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of where it could have come from. Did Beatty have a railroad?
You asking me?
I didn't live there.
You asking me? I don't know.
Hell, you ask me questions, and now we're going to talk about old age.
Ooh.
Do you know that I can't remember the names of people, places, and things?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't recognize people.
Well, you know what happens to me when you talk about that is that I could probably not know or remember. Then suddenly, after the fact, it'll come to me.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have that. It's almost like.
Yeah.
And why is that?
And it comes out without you thinking about the
Right,
name.
that's what I mean. Boing.
You start talking about, say, oh, well, I can't remember his name. And then you go on talking, you said, and then it,
Yeah.
That's
And
who
then
I was
suddenly-
looking for.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. This is so true. But I think that as we mature, and you notice I didn't say get old, I said as we mature, then this is what
that's a
happened to-
great word for
I'd like
getting
that.
old and dingy.
Right. I like that.
But I'm older than you, so I'm dingier.
Well, you are a couple of years older than I am.
Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
couple. Several couples.
Yeah. Well, it's always nice talking to you and so forth. And of course, I look forward to maybe when they do these things up in there, I look forward to maybe seeing
Come
you.
and visit me.
Yeah, come and visit. You take care. Have a very beautiful day. Happy Halloween. Folks, stay tuned. We shall return after these beautiful messages.
Bye-bye.
Well, welcome back to this show. What a great show it's been, Al.
Yay!
Yay, and boo-hoo. It's Halloween, but it's also our last show.
Yeah, are you scared?
Yes, it's been great. Well, we do want to thank everyone for staying tuned for about 110 shows.
Wow.
So, and I personally want to say thank you to our producer, Miss Pat Wall. It's been wonderful. And what a way to close out. I get to spend my time with you today.
Oh my goodness! I don't know what to say. I'm so nervous.
Yeah, you're so nervous, so nervous. Well, we can't close without wishing our engineer, our go-to guy for everything, Mr. Chad.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy 20th
Yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday
Woo!
to you.
Yeah, almost legal.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Chad.
Happy birthday to you.
Dun, 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 cha cha cha.
Cha-cha-cha. And well, so we've gotten a wealth of knowledge today.
Yes, we
We've learned
have.
a little bit about Adventure Springs.
Right.
That's gonna
That's
be
gonna be nice.
it is gonna be nice. You know, I was like everybody else, a little leery at first, but sounds like it's all well planned out. And it's gonna be a fun,
It is.
eventful place.
It just takes sometimes a little while to get things together. Sometimes.
Well, you know what? We
but I
do
think
like
it's
to
good.
wine, though. You know, we got to do our whining first, and then we'll listen.
Well, can you do any better there, you whiners?
I'm pretty good at that.
Of course,
Oh, maybe not a wino, but a whiner.
Ooh, that's a good. I like that. Good quote. Very good quote.
So we got lots of information. Then we learned a little bit about the museum down
That's
in Death Valley or the Amargosa there. So
Right.
they're doing a lot of work there also.
They are.
So that's a nice place to go. You know what? They can go from Adventure Springs and then go down and learn a little bit about the railroads at the museum.
Right.
That's not too far.
Which is great.
Great, yes, and of course, as always, Flo is so full of knowledge.
Oh, she is. You know.
So you had a fun time with Flo.
Oh, definitely. Flo is really fantastic. And I'm enjoying, like I said, spending the time with you.
Yeah, we got to spend a little bit of time today.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's our last show. And,
Yes.
we'll have to do it again sometime, Al.
Yes. What we'll do is go to Hollywood.
That's right. You promised me a trip, right? Hollywood or Hawaii or one of those places.
I
So.
think we're going up on the mountain with Flo, actually.
Oh, that's right. We'll go up on the mountain with Flo. So.
Right. On the mountain with Flo.
Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We've had a wonderful time, and maybe we'll see you again.
And watch us on Facebook.
Watch us on Facebook. That's right. You can
And
see us on
YouTube.
Facebook and YouTube and all those good places. So thank you very much for joining us today. Have a wonderful week.
Bye-bye.